Order. It is the 6th of April. It is roughly 15:01. We got a roll call. I believe all of us are here. Well, we're missing one.
What's up with that? Yep, that's Jimmy.
Jimmy, yeah. Mr. Head, right?
Yes.
Okay. So everyone's here, but he'll have pledge of allegiance and invocation. Please rise.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Ralph, could you give invocation, please?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Dear Lord, we come to you again, not trusting in ourselves, but asking your guidance and direction. We ask that you would guide and direct us in our meeting today so that everything is best for our community and our citizens. We ask that you would watch over all of our citizens here at Borger and the United States, and especially our military and first responders. These things we ask in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Thank you, Ralph. All right. Oh, all of us old people try to sit down.
Not the down, it's a problem.
Yes. Yeah. All right. Item 4, questions and comments from citizens. Any questions or comments from anyone who doesn't have something on the agenda? All right. We will move along to the consent item. That is consider take appropriate action on the minutes of the 5th regular meeting of the 2nd of March, 2023.
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes as presented.
Okay, we've got a motion to accept the minutes as presented. Do I have a second?
Second.
We've got a second, Mr. Cook. All in favor state aye. Aye. Any opposed state nay. Okay, that motion carries as well. Now we go to the public hearings. We've got, do we just take them in order?
Yes.
Okay. New building standards cases. This will be 6A, which is 2001 West Wilson, which is tract 23, section 27, block Y and B survey. We now start the public hearing. I'm getting there.
Okay, for 2001 West Wilson, we do have a representative here, Mr. Egan. If you would, just push the microphone in.
How you doing?
My name's Robert Egan. And on that, listen, I want to apologize to my family for the way that place got in that bad a shape. I should have kicked the people out 6 years ago when I moved down here. If they were living there, my dad let them live there, and they let it go, they let it be destroyed. And so,
What are your plans?
after I drove up there today and I pulled in the driveway, it made me sick. It really hurts where it used to be there. And I ain't got the money to do anything with it. I can't afford to back taxes on it. Jimmy South and Tammy Roberts live there. They moved in before I even moved to Texas. So I just let them stay there. It was up to my dad before he died, that they live there and take care of the place, and they didn't hold up their responsibilities for it.
Okay.
So if you don't have the money to do?
Oh, back taxes and the
So
cleanup, I ain't got the equipment to tear it down. And this went down in, just the last few months, after she kicked Jimmy out of the house, that's when all that stuff started piling up outside there. And after he passed away last month, and I went out there and I looked in the back door and I seen the inside that house. I just couldn't believe it. I've got pictures here of my grandmother's house just shortly before they moved in. How it looked.
So is it something that you're probably going to have to sell, walk away from it?
Walk away. Well, see, the property, it was leased to Egan family about 89 years ago.
Yeah.
And for several years, no payment's been made on the lease. They just sit there and said that they do with it what you want, more or less. So I don't really have anything saying it's mine, for sure. Excuse me. So I guess I'm just gonna have to let it go.
So it's still in your dad's name, correct?
Yeah, I got my grandmother's will and my dad's will, and it's all left to me.
But it hasn't been transferred into your name at this point.
No. And there's already signs out there that says property of American Legion. There's no trespassing signs here before anything. They've already got signs up out there saying it's their property.
Right now, we have, the land belongs to, who do we find that on, Shelby?
It is O'Neill and Vincent
O'Neill
property.
Benson owns the
O'Neill.
property,
Oh, gee.
and they own the structure on the property. We have not been in contact with O'Neill
Thank you,
Benson,
ma'am. Appreciate it.
but, you know, Mr. Egan has been in a couple of times for
My
other
granddad
things.
built the house.
Yeah,
So it's like lease land that probably was with Huber at the time or whichever,
Probably so.
because being that Carbon Road used to be the road from the refinery or from the carbon black plant to town, I remember.
Yeah, to the lab.
Yeah, my grandparent, my grandmother, she worked there for, she retired, which is 82 years old.
Yeah.
so at this point, I'm looking up on the tax assessor, and they are behind 5,200 on taxes for their property. Up until a couple of weeks ago, they had electricity, which I guess
Yeah. I
got
see
by with
my
Excel.
notes
and-
went out.
Yeah,
And
they
she's
went
like,
out.
she's lived there, she's been back and forth there until the last 3 or 4 months.
Yeah, they disconnected it for non-pay about 2 weeks ago, I guess. Just a rundown on the property, I'm sure you guys have the pictures there, I don't know if we got copies to you or not, but the roof is in
Yeah.
very bad shape. There's, a lot of windows are broken out.
Yeah,
There's some
she
dead
destroyed
animals
it.
on the property, you can smell the decaying animals
Yeah,
there.
I heard that she left her animals in there a couple weeks at a time while she was there.
Yeah, so the property is in very bad shape at this
Bad.
time. And the city is gonna recommend a demo on this property here.
Well, the land will revert back to O'Neill's, will it not?
Yeah, it'll still be his, it's kinda like, I don't know if you guys remember a few years back, we did that property for Stanley Franks over at.
Yeah, they're on the
Huber.
corner of
Yeah, same
Cedar
thing.
and
Huber
Huber
Avenue.
Avenue,
Yeah,
yeah.
he owned the land, but somebody else owned the house that was in, pretty close condition to this.
So who actually owns the land under this?
Vincent O'Neill.
Vincent
Comes the
O'Neill.
developer?
Vincent O'Neill
Vincent
Trust.
Oh, okay, all right.
The Egan family lived there for 80, 90
Oh,
years,
really?
not paying any
Yeah.
money or anything for it.
And I agree with you, it's just been the last couple of months, and it was really amazing
Yeah,
how fast
after she
Yeah.
kicked
it
Jimmy
went
out,
south.
after she kicked Jimmy out, she just destroyed it. She purposely destroyed the inside that house. And all that stuff started piling up outside, her and her son.
Well, the real thing is that if he can't afford to tear it down and the city does it, then there'll be a lien against that property, which would be O'Neill.
O'Neill.
Yeah,
Is that how we did that last one? It's
Last
been a
on
while.
record,
and
yeah.
you know, probably he's not gonna pay it. He might, but that's the way it's gonna be. You know, he's gonna have to walk away from it. And, you know, the taxes will be on something that's no longer there.
Yeah.
Well, so you're willing to walk away from it and just let the city tear it down?
I guess I'm gonna have to. Is there nothing I can do?
No, that's your, yeah,
Yeah, I mean, there's no
that's your
reason.
best option.
Yeah.
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 Now, the other option would be for him to come in and get a demo permit and the demo bond, and they do the work themselves, they tear it down, and they'll probably be able to do that at a cheaper cost than what we're going to tear down, or anybody else is gonna tear it down.
Yeah,
But that's an option
But how
also.
you gonna haul
but
it
that's
up?
not, yeah, but it's not his land, so that's really, it's not, that's a
It's kind of
no-go
a
deal
messed
for
up
him.
deal there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You think, you know, like I say, the lien, if you do it, then it's gonna go to the landowner. It's not gonna go to him.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, you can fight that thing out in court, but that would be
And
the least.
unless his dad had assets to cover it, then it's not his anyway. It's not
That's
his
right, because he had
liability.
never changed it over into his name,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the will or whatever. Mhm. Okay.
Okay.
You want a motion?
Yeah.
Make a motion that,
All right,
city
we gotta
demo
close.
We
this.
gotta
Yeah, close it, sorry.
All right,
Waiting on him.
waiting on the walls, huh? Okay, now I'll make my motion.
We have a motion to
Demo.
demo.
I'll
Okay.
second that
We got a
motion.
motion and a second. All in favor state aye.
Aye.
Any opposed state nay. Okay, motion carries.
Well, we're sorry for the
Sorry, yeah,
inconvenience.
sorry, sir.
All right.
Appreciate you coming in,
There's
though.
a lot of memories back there.
No, that's fine.
Sometimes memories are the only thing we have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
All right,
you'd like,
thank you.
if you'd
Thank you,
like,
man.
get with us, and we can, if you'd like, get with us, and we can work out a time that you can go in and recover some of whatever you wanna get off that property. If you'd like to get some of your belongings from that property, belong to your family, let us know, we can work something out to go over there and set up a date and a time so we can get that done before we do go.
Stuff
on leased property?
And I don't know where that comes
That's
from.
just why, you know,
Yeah, I
that's
mean,
already
if you're-
been done. What
If
am
you
I
got a
gonna do?
contract and it's good for indefinitely, like.
Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
That leaves us got stuff each
All right, we will now go to B, which is 510 South Hedgecote, Block 35, Block 21, Isom Edition. Public hearing will start. John?
Yes, sir. We have Mrs. Trigg here to represent the property.
Good afternoon,
How you doing? How are you?
and thanks for changing that letter and putting garage on it, not the dwelling.
You're welcome.
You scared me to death.
Oh, you don't want to tear that two-story building down?
No, I put a lot of money in that the last 2 years. My son and I bought that property with Charles's money January 2 years ago, and we didn't have anyone living there, and it was okay. And we did painting in each unit, we put a new floor covering in each unit, new appliances, fix this, fix that, 2 new water heaters. And yes, we knew the garage was out there. You see it when you drive up. But no one was living there to put a vehicle in it. And then we were gonna fix the roof because part of it blew off last summer, and we were working on the house. Then we got a young medical lady that's in the back apartment. 2-story still hasn't been rented until contractors came in. The reason it's slow on renting, there's no yard. People want yards when they have pets and children. And the 2-story has a staircase that goes straight up. So those were the negatives to keep it not rented, but it's okay with me right now. But it is rented right now. So our plans were to address the outside of the building again. With the dwelling itself, we did some painting and trim on the outside, and we're still at a standoff on what color we want to make it. But our plans was to fix the garage, the roof on it, because the young lady at the back, that's new, she's here, she's a medical person from Odessa, Midland. She parks her cute little red car there. So I promised her daddy this summer that we'd put that roof on there and get it fixed because of her car. I do have some bids. When I got the letter from the city on Friday, I called Montoya Monday morning, and he explained more to it, explained the situation better to me. And then he said it was the garage, not the dwelling, which made me very happy. Okay, then he suggested, why not I bring in bids? I've been trying to get bids for 2 weeks, and I do have some. Herbal Schmeier, I'm gonna start this in. Herbal Schmeier from Amarillo was supposed to get me a bid at 2:30, hasn't come in. But he's given me a verbal bid at 3,000, and that's the roof only. That's not the walls.
Okay.
And I've had some contractors, like I said, they're from Houston. They're boiler makers and pipe fitters, but they're in the 2-story right now for 3 months. And they said they could fix those walls for me. And then you have a bid from, did you want to look at these? Let's start passing them around. From J. Ferg Roofing in Amarillo at 3,000 plus. And then Herbal Schmeier that put the roof on the dwelling itself 4 years ago. He's the one that, I guess my bid's on my phone right now. I'll look at it in a minute. But he said it would be about 3,000. What I would like for you to consider is, I can go ahead and do this, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. I would prefer 90 days so I could get it done by July or the end of the summer, because why? I've got an estimate for a roof on the Ace Borger home if I need it for $9,000. We're looking, a garage, not a home that someone's living in. Big difference there. And then the price is crazy. So, the second bid I have is from a young man that's renting from me. He's from Amarillo. His dad has Sims Construction and Roofing Company over there. He's 32 years old. He's worked for his dad for a long time. He gave me a bid to do the roof. So, like I said, I would really like some consideration. We're talking apples to oranges here. We know it needs a roof. We know the walls need to be fixed. I've got the fence at the Ace Borger home that's got a couple of cracks in it. So, and I've had the alley fence already fixed. But just some consideration on maybe doing it a cheaper way and getting it done. We're looking at a metal roof. The J-Ferg, I had him go ahead and put metal on the roof. He forgot to on that bed, and that's metal. Now, on Brent's Herbolschmeyer Roofing that used to be here, and he still does work in Borger. He said that he could give me another bid on asphalt shingles. Today, he said that the metal on the top of it has to be repaired in 2 spots. There are some wooden trusses, or whatever you call them, that need to be repaired, but neither one of the guys outside of Preston Sims, neither one of the guys want to do the roof until the walls are fixed. Now, the construction guys say that they can go in and put plywood on the back wall, put those heavy metal pins in there, like I see at my fence, that some are exposed, and put concrete in there and fix it and stabilize it. What I'm looking for from you all is, if we spend time and money getting it fixed, and then the inspector comes back out there, but then you said the bids have to be approved, so that's gonna take care of that issue. Then we want to do it correctly, so we don't have to go back and do it 2 times.
Well, this design on this building's out of code.
Well,
There's none of it in code.
well,
And
it's not grandfathered?
Not in the shape that it's in, because, I mean, I've never even seen a truss, a metal truss uses the header like that before.
Well, don't ask me, I don't know anything about that, that's why.
I mean, to me, you'd be money ahead tearing that down and putting up a metal carport. And that's just my opinion.
I understand. I've been in real estate since '88. I still list and sell a little bit, but I do property management because that's what Charles did, and he died 2 years ago. So I've got 30 properties I take care of.
But the block is in poor shape.
I don't know when it was put on. I'm thinking 40s. That's what I'm thinking. Stucco tells you 30s or 40s.
I'm like Jimmy, I think you could get that down and out of the way and put you a carport up and save some money.
Save
Yeah.
some money.
Well, I've already mentioned that. I think ahead all the time. But Montoya said it's going to be 2 to 5 years before it's torn down if I put a $500 bid up today.
Now that, excuse me, I'm sorry, Mr. Trick. That is if we do it. Remember I told you the other day that you guys could do it yourselves, come in and get your permits and your bond?
Yes,
And
you mentioned a permit. Yes,
and
you
then you
did.
guys
That was
could do that.
yesterday, so that's,
Yeah.
I'm still trying to remember everything you said
Yeah, so
yesterday.
if we do it, yeah, you're at probably 3 to 5 years waiting time on that.
Well, if I take it down, there's nothing else going to go back up. I'm going to put more money in the outside of that building, is what I'm going to do.
Now, looking at this building, if you start trying to repair it, you're putting good money after bad, my opinion.
Well, you're talking about the 2-story dwelling.
No, I'm talking about this
That building?
garage.
Only the garage.
We're only
Garage
talking
only.
about the garage.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're-
No, the 2-story
Apartments are
dwelling, I
good.
have no idea about.
Yeah.
Well, that's where I put my money first, was on the inside, and then I doctored and spruced up the outside a little bit. I agree with you, because these bids are coming in at $3,000. That's the roof only, that's not the building itself.
Yeah.
So I'm out $4,000 and
Or
then
more.
hauling stuff off. And I cherish and love my money, like everybody else. So tell me some more, Mr. Montoya, about me getting it demoed.
So what you would do is you'd come in, Shelby, you could explain the permit process better on that.
So, you would come in with a plan for your demolition. We would take that to John, the building inspector, and Larry, the building official, to get approval. They will set a bond at that time. The bond is anywhere from $100 to $500, depending on the structure and the work that's being done. The permit itself is $50. Once it's approved, you would pay that $50 on that bond amount. Once everything is demolished and cleaned up, we would come and look at it, and if everything is cleaned up, we will refund that bond amount back to you.
That's what he said, that's what he said. And the bond is 500.
It
and the
depends,
permit's
we can go
50.
anywhere from 1 to 5.
Well, you know, when we bought the Ace Borger home in 2001, we had the houses torn down next door. And that was a bad summer because that back house, I don't want to tell you what was in that back house. And I still cry that we tore it down, but it needed to be torn down. That was $600, if I remember correctly. But you all couldn't tear it down for like 3 or 4 months because so many roofs were being done in Borger that was filling up the landfill, and you didn't have space to put that. But I remember our tearing that one down at that time. Okay, so tell me a plan on, if I have 2 or 3 guys go over there and tear it down and do all that, what advice or rules, regulations would the city of Borger have in regard to that?
Just
Timeframe
basically-
and so forth.
Basically, whatever that permit is going to tell you. And then we probably have to get a hold of the transfer station ahead of time, just to make sure that they can take that much cinder block down there and how they're gonna dispose of it. So that's something that we'll probably have to get a hold of them before we give you an answer on that.
What if I want to keep the cinder block?
Well, that's gonna be up to you too, yeah.
I've got places to put it. I have 6 properties,
Yeah, that'll be up to
like
you.
I need that.
And it'd probably be, honestly, probably cheaper in the long run if you do hold on to those and store them, somewhere where you can store them.
Well, they're good for extra fences, and I have 2 puppies that get out. 2 new puppies. Okay, I'm thinking from what I'm seeing, if you all want to give me some more input, it's better to tear it down,
Yep.
even though I think it's cute with the vines growing on it.
I think you would put too much money into
You can
it,
get
trying
some
to save
vines
it.
on that new carport.
I just think metal carports look horrible. I think they cheapen a property, unless they're in the backyard.
Well, they don't look any worse than that right there.
Well, I disagree with you, but that's
Okay.
just my opinion.
I understand. Mine too.
Mm-hmm, I understand.
When you close.
That little girl's gonna be upset because she's looking for another house when her lease expires, so.
Well, you don't want it to fall in on her car
No.
either.
No.
That'd be worse.
No, I've already made her aware of this, sir.
Yeah.
I've already made her aware of it. She's over 21, so I don't need to call her daddy and tell him that's her responsibility. Okay,
All right.
I think we're good then.
Okay, we'll close the public hearing. Want to say thank you, Ms. Tree?
Okay, and can I have my bids back?
Here.
I'd make a motion that we put this off and talk to her next month, give you time to get some stuff done.
Okay.
And
Get
our
your
next
plan together
meeting,
and all. Okay.
or to our next
How many
meeting,
people at like $1,000 or $1,500 to tear it down?
Give her 2 months.
2 months?
You want 2 months?
2 months?
Will 2 months be better for you?
April, May,
Will be
Why
actually
not,
May,
man?
June, be May, June.
Yeah.
It'd be the 1st of June.
give me till the end of June.
Okay, 1st of
because
July.
it's
90
hard to
days.
get people to do
Yeah.
things.
July
And
meeting.
then
The meeting, how about, I'm in that, our July meeting.
July meeting, okay?
Okay, I can get it done before then.
Okay.
And Ms. Trigger, meetings are the first Thursday of every month.
It'd be July the 6th.
July the 6th, okay?
And I'll get a notice on it? Or-
Yes, ma'am, we'll send you another one. And
July the
Shelby will
6th,
make
you
sure
said?
it's spelled correctly.
Oh, I didn't address that. You brought that up. You felt
I'm
bad
just saying, we
about
got,
that.
Shelby's taking all that over now.
They'll send an officer by to pick you up.
Yeah.
I'll put makeup on then.
They'll let
I
you
didn't
sit-
put makeup
no,
on today
no.
for this.
Just let you sit in the back of the car just like a limo.
Yeah. And drive you around.
I'll be thrilled.
Thank you, Ms. Tree.
Okay, I do agree with you. Thank you, Fred.
Okay, we've got a motion to look
Thanks,
at this again on the July meeting. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All right. First and second?
Didn't matter.
You just pick a name.
And that's my deadline to get it done. For
Yeah.
you to inspect it, got it.
Preferably.
Okay, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Any opposed state nay. Motion carries. Thank you, Ms. Tree. Okay, we're on C. We're at 207 West Jefferson, which is lot 2324, block 11, in the Assam addition.
Okay, so we do not have a oops,
Sorry.
sorry, Dee.
Well, I nearly did it by phone. I already broke my phone, so, you know.
You ready for me?
I guess I'm ready.
We do not have a representative today. We ran into a snag when we got dealing with this property. There's a young lady named Angela Russell that purchased this property. Is this the one she got on the sheriff's sale? So it was different than what we typically deal with. This one was a tax warrant, I believe is what they call it. So the original owners have 60 days from the time that this lady showed interest and tried to purchase that property. The original owners have 60 days to reclaim that property. And so she is in that period right now, so it's not gonna be till July that we can actually,
So we can't do nothing until July.
No.
not till July. So I don't know if we wanna remove this and then put it back on in July. Is that what we were talking about?
Let's look at it in July.
Well,
a
Angela
motion.
does have the means
To repair it?
to repair it,
At this
yes.
point, we're not even sure, because she came in one time and said that her plan was to repair it, I guess, use it as a rental property.
Yeah.
But then we never heard from her again. Well, in the process of all this, Brandon Strope, he got a hold of somebody and found this information out on it, so our hands are really pretty tied on what we could do with it.
I'll make a motion that we look at it in July.
Okay, we've got a motion to look at this property again on July the 6th.
Second.
Sorry,
Second.
what's the second?
Motion and a second. All right. All in favor, state aye. Any opposed, state nay. Okay, we're rocking right along, guys.
Yeah, I didn't hear the
Hey, so
motion.
Jesse,
I think,
actually,
look at it.
that's a remove.
30 days,
60 in
60
July.
days.
Yeah, we said July.
Because
Yes.
she's in that, she's in that 90-day deal where the owners could
If she's
come
already
back
started,
and
it'll
get
be
the house
within that now.
if they
I think
need
you
it.
Past the 90 days.
Then that gives it to her, now that gives her some time to then figure out what she's going to do.
Yes, I agree.
You did?
I did.
You're a good
Yeah.
guy.
Dean
Who
did.
seconded? I did. Could have it in my notes.
Oh, my goodness. All right, we're going to hit the continued cases pending commission action. We're going to 7A, which is 309 S Torino, Lot 5 and 6, Block 11, Buena Vista.
Okay, so we do not have a representative for this property. She works on Thursday, so she's unable to make it here. She did send me an email. And so if you'll give me just a second, I'll read the email to you. You want to read that?
Okay, so the email states, "Dear Mr. Montoya, pursuant to your request, I am detailing the plans for 311 Estorino Street," which we did conclude the address is in fact 309 Estorino. That is what it says on your
Okay.
thing. The area defined in my original letter of intent will be demolished and the material removed. The remaining bricked-in garage area will have an outer brick layer applied. A new roof, including joists and rafters, placed, and fascias replaced as needed and painted. I have discussed this plan with a house builder to assure no load-bearing walls on the garage will be compromised. I will obviously need a building permit, a demolition permit, and a roofing permit. Please relay the cost via email or text, and do these permits have to be renewed from month to month? So she is, the next section, she's stating that she works nights Thursday through Saturday, so she's unable to attend the Thursday meetings. If we can work via email, that would be appreciated. As I requested via hand-delivered letter, I will need some time to get all of this accomplished. Please define a time frame for me to complete this work.
Just remove it.
And I believe she has been in to visit with Shelby and Larry, right?
She did pull a demolition permit
Okay.
prior to this meeting.
And we don't need to do anything
No,
except remove it.
no.
And
I mean, since she's already pulled a permit, we could remove it and then,
Yes.
Then let them decide or do
Yeah.
what they need to do on the permitting side.
because the permit gives them 6 months?
Yeah, something like that.
I think you're right.
okay, so Larry and Shelby had discussed something else. Oh, that was this morning? Okay, I'm sorry. Okay. So I think he was wanting to leave this one on the agenda and follow up, I guess, next month and see where she is, what she's got done.
She say, did you say she pulled a permit? The demolition permit?
Demolition permit.
How long is that permit good for?
It is good for 90 days.
I say give her I say we look at it in 90 days and see what
When you
she's
close
done.
it, we'll make a motion. I think that's a good idea.
It's her doing the demolition, not y'all, right?
Yes.
She's doing the demo.
Okay. Duh.
Okay, we'll close.
I'll make a motion, we look at it in the July meeting.
Okay.
Is that 90?
We'll play your game, yes.
I think
I'll
so.
second it.
May, June,
Yeah.
July, yeah.
Yeah, okay. We got a motion and a second by Mr. Cook to readdress this property on July the 6th meeting. All in favor state aye.
Aye.
Any opposed state nay.
Thank you, Mr. Cook, sir.
Heavy on the mystery.
Motion carries. Oh my God, it's getting old. All right. B, 601 Wittenberg, lot east 80 foot of 16, block 26, original town site. Do we want to do both of these at the same time? I mean, it's the same
Yeah.
person, right?
It's the same person, it's also the same person from 207
Yeah, 207 West Jefferson.
Jefferson. It's the same situation. She bought the properties and then she's got that 60 days to, for the original owner to reclaim them.
That may be Russell. I'll find out.
Thoughts? Same person that has bought 207 West Jefferson, she's in the same boat with 601 and 603. She's waiting on,
Somebody, see if somebody reclaims the property.
Looks like they did some cleaning up.
I wouldn't.
Now it's made it.
No, it's the same person.
By yesterday, but
It's not?
two big dogs out there.
No, it's not?
They were just saying, I didn't get on the truck,
They were just-
I thought he said same person.
Yeah.
but it did look like they
That's what he said.
cleaned up something,
Yeah,
right?
it looks like-
That's what he said. Same person?
Yes, sir.
So we need the same motion?
Yeah, that's what we're recommending, that we remove it until July 2023 meeting and then review it at that time.
Any
Yeah,
other
gavel
discussion?
man, it's on you.
I say any other discussion? I was just waiting.
You're just waiting for what, more conversation?
See if there's any more. If not, we're closing this public hearing and I'll entertain a motion for 601 and 603 Wittenberg Street.
I'll make a motion. Jeez.
I don't think you're waiting on the gallows man any longer.
I'll make a motion that we put this off to the July meeting.
Okay. Second. Got a motion and a second. All in favor state aye. Any opposed state nay. That motion will carry. July is going to be a busy meeting.
If we don't add anything else to it.
Give us time. D, 603 East 11th Street, Lot 1415, Block 6, North Side Addition. We're going to open this baby up once again.
Okay, so we do not have anybody here today. She did call this morning stating that Mr. Jones was working today, so he was unable to make it to the meeting. We have not heard from the architect or Mr. Jones himself till today. That's pretty much where we are on this property.
Well, Jones is selling the property, right? He's got,
They were-
You're
is
way
he owned
behind,
this?
Ralph.
Is it in the process of being sold according to this?
He was supposed to have that done. We were supposed to have a copy of the bill of sale two meetings ago.
Yes.
So per our last meeting, he is changing this to residential. We did receive the plans in our office and we did send back a plan review this week with the motion from last meeting that we would go in and inspect the work that was concealed.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all knew that.
Yeah, y'all made it,
Well,
y'all
they
made a
sheetrock.
run and took pictures and all, and then from the last meeting, there had been sheetrock and all put up, correct?
Yeah, he-
It was sheetrocked and it never got inspected
Yeah.
beforehand, right?
Well, I thought,
Permitted or inspected.
I thought the pictures I saw didn't show any sheet rock up.
That was from years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
Now,
sorry.
now, he says, yeah, it looks good. He turned the lights on, there wasn't any sparking, so he thought it was good. We said, uh-uh. We
He
went
did that.
round and round, and then there was a guy that used to own it. He said, hey, we'll take care of this. So, seriously, he thought it was okay.
Since it
Couldn't
was
convince
spark.
him that you have to have an inspection beforehand.
Well, if you don't have any load on it, it's probably not gonna spark until you put,
Well, he said the lights.
unless it's a cross
lights
wiring,
came-
otherwise you're gonna have some load before you're ever gonna get any action out of it.
The lights came on, so that's all he was concerned with. So,
They're supposed to take sheet rock down, I think, and let you go in.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, haven't
We
heard
just
from-
gotta decide how long we're to give them to get the permit pulled. Once it gets the permit pulled, then it's off of us, but until it's done, then it's still on us.
Round 10.
Round 10.
I wish there was
More rounds
something,
than that,
wish there was something that we could do.
there is.
I mean, other than tear it down. We fought this thing.
Well, we already had ordered a demo.
Well,
Mhm.
there was a cease and desist order put in last time. So that sparked a lot of the conversation about taking the sheetrock down and the conversation about inspections and beforehand and pulling the inspection, pulling the permit to do the wiring and various things. So, yeah. How long do you want to wait?
How much longer?
It's already been 30 days or since the last meeting, since we talked about it. And they've already sent plans to make it residential, is what you said. So what was the building the last time? Was it commercial last time?
When he came in, he was gonna do commercial. It's been 2 or 3 different commercial projects. But then, I think originally he had said it was residential, then he went to commercial, and now he's back to residential. The plans that were submitted were for residential.
The residential plans were submitted before the February meeting. We did a plan review.
Mhm.
After the March meeting, we received an updated set. We did review those. There's one item needed, and then we also need that inspection where the sheetrock comes off. That stop work order is still in place, so that's the second part of why we will not approve a permit at this time.
At this rate, let's see, it's already been 30 days, so.
60
Probably
days,
another
90 days.
two months.
So this
On this time.
this is,
From right now, yeah. But it was 30 from last time,
Is
a
it-
month.
how is it listed right now, as commercial and residential on the tax roll?
On the tax roll, I believe it is it residential or still a bar?
Used to be a bar, so I'd say it was
It could have been somebody living in the back of it.
But it was a bar at the last time that I
Yeah, I
checked.
know it was a bar, yeah. Well, so to take out the illegal sheetrock, does it need a demo permit?
No.
Well, he's got to pull, he needs, at this point, this is what I told him last meeting, he's got to get a permit pulled. Because he was saying, well, I'll pull it off, and I said, you got to have, you can't, it doesn't matter.
Where you gonna
You got to
put
have a
it?
permit.
Where you gonna, and where are you gonna put it?
Yeah, but you got to have a permit, yeah, before you do anything. Anything else, there's got to be a permit pulled.
And it is still a bar. That's what it's.
So it's still commercial property?
yes.
Well, and I don't know that that we need to fight the battle of him changing it back over to
Residential.
residential.
The
Because
plans-
normally that has to be approved as well.
The plans, are they just hand-drawn, or are they done by,
They've done
It's an
by
architect.
An architect.
really?
It really is.
Just asking the question.
No, I'm just not reminding you, it was actually an architect.
Okay.
It wasn't somebody
It
that,
wasn't on the bar napkin.
no, was not on that.
I feel like we need to set a deadline.
I agree.
I say, we give him 60 days, 2 meetings, to get the permit situation straightened out, or we send it to demo.
Second.
We're still open.
Hold it, okay.
Now you motion.
I changed my mind. I don't want to make that motion now.
Oh, no, it's on record.
Isn't there an open bar back here?
Motion's been made and seconded.
Seconded. Okay, we got a motion to look at this in 60 days in hopes that all the permitting and everything's gonna be taken care of, and we can move across, otherwise we'll take other action. Got a motion and a second. All in favor state aye. Aye. Any opposed state nay. Motion carries.
I apologize, who was the second?
The spank.
Yeah, the two northern people here. All right, we're gonna do 800 Wittenberg, lot 1718, block 9, original town site.
Just a second, just a second. So what would they do in June?
I used to know Morse code. Okay, we're ready. Get after it.
So 800 Wittenberg. Have not heard anything from anybody since the last meeting. I do know the last meeting that they had discussed with us about, we had given them until the weather warmed up. And then we were gonna, I guess, hold their feet to the fire on that. So I did go by and look at the properties, and they have been taken from one and trying to put it on the other. So I guess at this time, I guess we're recommending that we, hold them or give them a time to get that done by, since the weather is warmer and it's gonna
We're
be.
talking about tearing down the two structures behind the house?
Actually, no, they're gonna tear down one, but they wanna do it themselves. And so we told them we would give till the weather started to warm up a little bit. And they're gonna try and repair the middle structure and tear down the structure to the east.
So if you order a demo, can they still tear the place down?
Can they? If they come in and get that demo permit, they can. The
It
demo
would
bond.
still stay on the demo list for the city?
Yeah. It can if they didn't do anything and we'd, have that order.
I'm just thinking,
There's
as long as the
a
list
shortcut
is.
on it, yeah.
I think they have worked with us, and that last meeting, we were kind of thinking that they had kind of blown us off, I guess. But then when we started discussing and looking into our notes, we did tell them that we'd give them till they got
Till they
warmer.
got
then,
warmer.
We'd start working with them on that.
I feel like we need to continue to work with them.
Yeah, give
I
them
feel like
60,
they've been good.
Yeah.
give them
I
60
just
days.
wondered, if we, on anything, if we order a demo, it takes so long before they're gonna do it. If they got it done during that time, is that okay?
Yeah, I think our problem over there though is that's one of those areas where we've got like 5 or 6 properties right there.
Yeah.
So that puts that on that list and we're going by how bad the property is and who's to say something else isn't gonna burn in that time and then we gotta add that before. So we've got so many properties in that area that it almost hurts us to, put that on there. So they're gonna wait 3 or 4 years regardless that way.
Okay.
$60.
Well, it's warming up,
Yeah.
so I'll make a motion, we just check it out in
60.
the big bad meeting we're gonna have in July.
You gonna give them that much time, huh?
Is anybody feeling sick yet?
I'm not gonna be here. I'll be in Minneapolis.
In July?
Yes.
No wonder you're pushing. No, now we know why. I'd rather be here.
I'll second that.
Okay, we've got a motion and a second to look at this. Did you say July? Okay, July
I did.
6th meeting, all right, we got a motion and a second. All in favor, state aye. Any opposed, state nay. Good. Motion carries.
Who seconded that?
Dean. Mr. Cook.
What?
Mr. Cook. All right, I believe the next item on the agenda is
I make a
considered.
motion, we adjourn.
I'll second that.
Gee, you always want to do that. It's done. Second, say ayes.
Nope, don't have to lie.
Everybody aye. Aye.
Or as I said, second by standing up.